I think it's incredibly important to give back to the legal community as lawyers who ourselves have been very fortunate and have a lot of blessings. I think it's our responsibility to provide services to those who are less fortunate and less advantaged so that we can help them with their most significant problems.
Hi, I'm Laura Kuzniska, and I've gotten the opportunity to volunteer with VLN on a case. And it's been a great opportunity because it's gotten me some real great hands-on client contact and some really great experience with cases that I wouldn't necessarily get otherwise.
Good evening to you all, and congratulations to Volunteer Lawyers Network and tonight's award recipients. For decades, Faegre Drinker has partnered with VLN in the cause of access to justice. In particular, we are proud to support VLN's many housing programs that help tenants to access safe and affordable housing. This includes providing legal advice at housing court clinics, representing tenants seeking expungement of housing records, helping tenants to secure the return of security deposits, representing tenants in impact litigation, and providing leadership and advocacy for systemic change. Housing work has never been more important, and Faegre Drinker and our many volunteer lawyers and paralegals remain committed to our partnership in the critical weeks and months ahead.
My name is Sten Hoydal. I'm a shareholder at Frederickson & Byron, and I just finished a term as chair of VLN's board of directors. On behalf of Frederickson, I want to applaud VLN and its staff for their tireless work and for helping attorneys at my firm help others throughout this very difficult year. I also want to thank VLN for recognizing Frederickson's Roxanne Thorelli as Volunteer of the Year. Roxanne is a great lawyer with a big heart who does amazing pro bono work. And as a firm, we could not be more proud of her and her pro bono efforts. So many times over, thank you.
I am so pleased to be part of such a vibrant community of attorneys and legal professionals who are ready, willing, and enthusiastic to provide access to justice and pro bono services. And I'm so pleased to celebrate VLN as a leader in this regard. Minnesotans are fortunate indeed to have VLN protecting the rights of marginalized people in our communities. And Thomson Reuters is delighted to partner with VLN and other lawyers and legal professionals in Minnesota to ensure access to justice. We all have the power to make a difference, and we do it better when we do it together.
Hello, I'm Julian Zabot. On behalf of Maslin LLP, I'm honored to count VLN as one of our firm's pro bono partners. In so many different ways, VLN helps us make pro bono happen at our firm. From staffing brief legal advice clinics to taking on full representation client matters. Just last year, Maslin attorneys and paralegals met the PBI's Pro Bono Challenge target for a 6th consecutive year. None of that would have been possible without our partnership with VLN.
Hello, I'm Carl Johnson from Taft, formerly Briggs & Morgan, where I am a member of Taft's Pro Bono Committee and practice in bankruptcy and restructuring. Taft is proud to help VLN make pro bono happen through volunteer hours and financial support. Taft volunteers handle pro bono matters that preserve housing for low-income clients, provide second chances, and build family security. Taft thanks Volunteer Lawyers Network for making access to justice a reality for its many clients.
I think it's incredibly important to give back to the legal community as lawyers who ourselves have been very fortunate and have a lot of blessings. I think it's our responsibility to provide services to those who are less fortunate and less advantaged so that we can help them with their most significant problems.
Hi, I'm Laura Kuzniska, and I've gotten the opportunity to volunteer with VLN on a case. And it's been a great opportunity because it's gotten me some real great hands-on client contact and some really great experience with cases that I wouldn't necessarily get otherwise.
Good evening to you all, and congratulations to Volunteer Lawyers Network and tonight's award recipients. For decades, Faegre Drinker has partnered with VLN in the cause of access to justice. In particular, we are proud to support VLN's many housing programs that help tenants to access safe and affordable housing. This includes providing legal advice at housing court clinics, representing tenants seeking expungement of housing records, helping tenants to secure the return of security deposits, representing...
So excited to have you here in person for the 2021 Volunteer Lawyers Network Riverfront celebration. Thank you, Teresa. My name's Erin Oglesbay. I'm going to be one of your hosts tonight. My co-host Mike Reif is not here yet. He will be here. There's a little bit of a logistical issue, so no worries about that. He'll be here soon, I've been told. But we have a great program in store for you tonight. We're going to be celebrating our 2021 Volunteer of the Year, our John D. Levine Distinguished Service Award winner. We're going to have an amazing keynote address from Jerry Blackwell, who's here tonight. So no pressure, Jerry. I know it's not your highest pressure speech of the year, but, you know, we're looking forward to that. And we're here to celebrate the theme of how everything is better when we're together. And I think it's more meaningful this year, having been apart last year on Zoom for this event. So much more fun to be in a room, seeing the faces, getting to share a drink with folks outside. That's really what being a volunteer lawyer is all about. It's about showing up. It's about doing what you can for your community. And when we do that together, we do great things. So thank you all for being here and for being volunteers and being invested in VLN. I want to recognize our generous event underwriters who are sponsoring tonight's event: Faegre Drinker, Dorsey and Whitney, Thomson Reuters, and Frederickson and Byron. Without their support, we couldn't be here, so thank you, generous sponsors. We have a lot of other firm and corporate sponsors, individual sponsors, who I want to recognize as well. All of that matters. And you have a chance tonight to join the roster of amazing sponsors of VLN. We are going to be collecting donations. We are going to be doing some giving by our cell phones. It's going to be amazing. You carry those things with you all day long. Let's put them to good use. So you can donate tonight to VLN. All you have to do is text the words pro bono to the number 44321. If it's not up on the screen yet, it will be soon, but it couldn't be easier. And when you do that, when you text the words pro bono to the number 44321, it's going to send a little link back to you. You click on that link, and it takes you to a page where you donate. It's like magic. And we've had a year where maybe we're not going out to lunch as much as we used to, right? Because we're maybe working from home. Maybe you got a pandemic pet, and it's keeping you home more, so you're not spending money going out and buying dinner. What a great way to invest some of those funds that you've saved, putting it towards VLN. So I would love to see that. We have a $10,000 goal tonight. It's a goal that we reached last year, and if we can reach it tonight, we're going to have a match. Oh my God, Mike's here! Yay, everybody! It's Mike Reif, and he's wearing shorts. Oh, that's very fun.
All right.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. So what's going on?
Well, let me tell you what's going on, Aaron. Do you remember when we were getting ready for tonight yesterday? And I said, all right, Aaron, sounds great. I'll see you tomorrow, just like last year.
Yep, I remember that.
And then do you remember how you said, no, Mike, not like last year? And I said, not like last year. And you said, no, not like last year. And I said, wait, we're not hosting. They're going to let Mike Scogel and Pete Goss host again. Are you kidding me? And you said, let it go, right?
Yep, I said that.
Yeah, so there was that. And then do you remember when you said, no, Mike, not like last year because we're not going to be at Robbins?
Right.
And I said, yes, not at Robbins. Great, so see you on Zoom then. And you said, yeah, I'll see you on Zoom.
I said, see you soon, Mike. See you soon, like at the Nicollet Island Inn Pavilion.
That would have been good to know yesterday, Aaron. And earlier today, too. So, okay. All
I'm
right.
still not sure that explains the shorts.
This is Zoom formal wear, Aaron. You should know that. So, anyway.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, you've started?
We started.
Okay.
Yep.
How we doing?
We're doing great. We have thanked the underwriters. We have talked about the program.
Did you do the theme?
Talked about the theme.
Okay. Give, buy, sell?
Talked about give, buy, sell.
That's my favorite. What's left?
Well, you could recognize last year's award winners and maybe do the client video intro.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'd be
let's
good.
do that. All right, so Aaron and I had a blast last year hosting virtually, but since we're mostly all together this year, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize last year's award winners. And so if the 2020 Volunteer of the Year, Wendy Wilson-Legg, and the 2020 John D. Levine Distinguished Service Award winner, Jody Boderman, could please stand if you're in the room or outside. Someone could, all right. Congratulations again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your work. While we're together, this gathering is always such a great opportunity to introduce some of those that aren't as familiar with the work that VLN does and remind the rest of us of the great work it does through the client video, which we'll be showing shortly. It's, like I said, an excellent reminder just of the impact that VLN volunteers can have, and we can see that through one client's story.
A few years ago, I really was struggling very much with depression, and I really felt very lost and confused and also angry and sad. I eventually got into trouble and was in jail for 3 or 4 days, and back in 2015, and that's when I ended up getting a lot more help with services after I got out of jail. I went to 2 or 3 different treatment facilities, and I utilized a lot of resources. It was very challenging at first to apply to positions I wanted and get turned down. For example, I applied to a tutoring service, and they were about ready to hire me, but after doing the background check, they said they could not hire me. They were disappointed, I was disappointed, and it was very disheartening. That experience really pushed me to go to Volunteer Lawyers Network and ask for help getting the expungement off my record so I could get these jobs that I wanted.
Criminal expungements is a very sort of unique process in our legal system. As you know, what's going on is someone is having the opportunity to have their criminal record sealed. So it's no longer a hindrance to them as they look for employment and housing. Clients deserve the chance to seek all the things that are out there in the world for them without having to be eternally bothered or controlled by decisions that they made long ago. You know, everybody, I think, should have the chance to move on. And the criminal expungement process, in it, a judge makes a careful determination about what somebody was charged with or convicted of, I guess, and versus sort of the need of society to know about that. And in many cases, society's need to know about it is small, and the need of the person to be able to move on from those choices is incredibly great.
Right now, I enjoy my job working as an activities assistant. It's really fun, and I find a lot of meaning in that job. In the future, I'd like to stay in the field, but probably advance a little bit more, maybe apply to a director position within the field and as an activities director. And I believe it would be a lot easier now to be in a leadership position. They won't find anything now. The dark mark won't come up.
VLN is an awesome partner. They provide so much training in the area of criminal expungement. Attorneys like me who don't have a strong background in criminal law or litigation are made to feel really comfortable. We've got all the tools we need to do this work in the way our clients deserve to have it done. And they're always available with one-off questions or just to help get ready for a hearing.
I feel like now I'm able to apply for jobs that are better suited for me, and I feel like a heavy burden has been lifted off my shoulder. I don't have this dark mark on my record, and I really appreciate all the help that Mark and the Volunteer Lawyers Network has given me.
I want to recognize really quickly Jana Paquin, who's featured in that video, is here tonight. So great work, Jana. I love how that video is another great embodiment of our theme of being better together, where we bring together the volunteer, the support from VLN, and really do something amazing for people in our community. I just think it's great.
Yeah, it's truly a peanut butter and jelly situation, Aaron.
Like peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah, Aaron, better together, peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Like Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, ketchup and mustard, Aaron.
Yep. Guns and Roses, better together.
Peas and carrots.
Gin and tonic.
Meat and potatoes, Aaron.
Okay, yours are all food.
I was a little late. I missed that fantastic box lunch situation, so yeah, I'm a little peckish, Aaron.
Got it.
But
okay.
Anyway, all right, non-food related, better together. Mike and Pete's.
Mike Skoglund and Pete Goss?
Yeah.
No, they're better out there.
Oh, that's ice cold, Aaron. But I love it. All right, how about Mike and Aaron as co-hosts?
Yes,
Yeah.
totally better together.
Good,
yes.
good.
Love it. Okay, well, should we check in on the progress of our Give, Buy, Sell? How are we doing? This is kind of a funny story. I work in retail in my day job, and when I hear Give, Buy, Sell, I think give, buy, B-U-Y, sell, S-E-L-L. But we're not really it's not a fun bartering game. This is just giving money, and you're not buying and we're not selling. But you will get the good feeling in your heart when you give. So we're doing great, by the way.
Yeah, this is some good progress.
4,500. So, yeah, let's keep that
little
rolling
ways to go. Please keep giving.
Yes.
We're going to try to hit that 10,000 goal and unlock the match. That'd be wonderful.
That would be fantastic. Okay, well, I'm going to take a minute now and introduce one of our really special guests tonight, who's sitting right in front of me, Roxanne Thorelli. Roxanne is our 2021 Volunteer of the Year, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. She is a woman who works at Frederickson and Byron. She earned her JD from the University of Minnesota in 2017, graduating cum laude. She represents clients with mergers and acquisitions, debt and equity financing, corporate restructuring, and general corporate matters. She represents private and public companies and private equity funds in many types of business transactions. Roxanne works closely with clients to understand their businesses and to ensure the overall fit and strategy of a transaction. She's also dedicated to pro bono work, and she advises entrepreneurs and startups on a variety of business issues in addition to her work representing clients regarding unemployment benefit appeal matters. I mean, that's all great, but what makes Roxanne's story unique and really inspiring is that she joined VLN's volunteer force just last year. In her application, she said she wanted to complete the Hennepin County Bar Association's Centennial Pro Bono Challenge. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that. It would have required her to complete 57 hours of pro bono before June 30th, 2020. Important to mention, she applied to volunteer on May 4th, 2020, giving her just under 2 months to complete that challenge. And she volunteered in an area of great need in spring 2020 in employment. She began to take calls almost weekly and took on several cases for full representation. She not only met the HCBA Centennial goal, but she still continued to take 2 VLN phone chips per month after doing so. If she misses a client on the phone, she doesn't give up. She leaves messages and follows up with clients over the course of days and even weeks. Her care for her clients is an inspiration and goes far above and beyond our greatest expectations. We're so grateful to have her in the VLN community and thrilled to see how much more amazing work she's going to do in the coming years. So please welcome Roxanne Thorelli to the stage. She's our Volunteer of the Year for 2021.
Congratulations.
Great, thank you. Thank you. I'm honored to accept this award, and I encourage all of you to complete more pro bono service this year. When I was a child, my mom instilled in me a value that, as community citizens, it's our duty to give back to those around us, and I'm happy to continue to fulfill that today. We in this room have great privilege, and we should use that voice to allow others who are less fortunate to also have a voice. Thank you to Volunteer Lawyers Network for all that you do for the community, and thank you to my firm, Frederickson and Byron, for the great support of pro bono service and remote work flexibility. You know, that's really important these days. Thanks again.
Mike is going to introduce our John D. Levine Distinguished Service Award winner.
Well, congratulations again, Roxanne. That was fantastic. I am thrilled to introduce this year's John D. Levine Distinguished Service Award winner, who has served Volunteer Lawyers Network in many capacities over the years, who, despite recently retiring from Faegre Drinker, has not slowed down at all as a volunteer. In fact, he currently serves as the chair of the VLN Board of Directors. I'm speaking, of course, of Dennis Ryan. Dennis went to Dartmouth and then Iowa Law, where he was an editor on the Iowa Law Review and a member of the Order of the Coif. He practiced in the areas of bankruptcy, business reorganization, distressed M&A, and commercial finance until his retirement from Faegre last year. Dennis co-chaired the firm's bankruptcy practice from 2012 to 2019. He was elected as a fellow of the American College of Bankruptcy, and he also served on the U.S. Bankruptcy Court's Practice Committee from 2012 through 2018. Dennis started at VLN in the early 90s. He was instrumental in founding the Debtor Screening Project and also an active member of the Benefactors Board that helps put on this event. On the Board of Directors, Dennis has led efforts to revamp board nomination process to include an emphasis on recruiting new board members from diverse personal and professional backgrounds. Dennis is wise, thoughtful, and a tireless supporter of VLN and pro bono services. We are very grateful for his presence in and dedication to our community. So please help me congratulate Dennis on this very worthy award and welcome him to the stage right now.
This is, I think, especially meaningful to me because these awards are selected by the staff at VLN, and we have just the most incredible staff. And they are the glue that holds this organization together, I would say, and the grease that keeps it moving, even in the face of the pandemic, when need for our services was ever greater. These past year and a half, they have just done amazing things. And they allow us, volunteer lawyers, to be lawyers, to provide the legal services, and they do the administrative burden. They do all of the intake, they do the case assignments, they do the scheduling. They do so much behind the scenes. I'm pleased, and I commend to you on the back of the program are all of our wonderful staff. And I really particularly want to thank them because they've made it easy for me to be a volunteer here for more than 30 years. And obviously, thank you to all of you who are volunteer lawyers, because that's what we're all about. And I would be remiss at this event, especially not thanking all of our sponsors and partners. This is truly our theme. We're better together. And through this, we are able to serve the critical needs of our clients who really deserve and need our good counsel and our services in these difficult times. So I'm very honored to receive this award, and thank you.
Congratulations again, Dennis and Roxanne. We really appreciate all the service and your efforts, tireless efforts, frankly, for this community and the legal community in Minneapolis-St. Paul at large. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am so very excited to introduce to you tonight's keynote speaker, a loyal supporter of Volunteers Lawyer Network, whose name you've likely heard in other very public contexts in recent months. Jerry W. Blackwell is a founding partner, CEO, and chairman of Blackwell Burke, PA. Mr. Blackwell serves as national and trial counsel for several major corporations, representing them in federal and state courts in 47 states and internationally. Mr. Blackwell is an active member of his community. Most recently and notably, he served as lead special assistant attorney general in the successful prosecution of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin for the murder of George Floyd. In 2020, together with the Clayton Jackson McGee Memorial, Mr. Blackwell and his firm secured the first posthumous pardon in Minnesota history for Max Mason, a young black man who was wrongfully convicted of raping a white woman in 1820. Mr. Blackwell is also founder of the Minnesota Association of Black Lawyers, or MABLE, a bar association that promotes professional development of black lawyers, judges, and law students in Minnesota, and advances education, excellence, and racial equity in the pursuit of justice. In 2011, then Governor Mark Dayton appointed Mr. Blackwell to serve as an at-large member of the Minnesota Commission on Judicial Appointments. Mr. Blackwell is a recipient of numerous awards, including Minnesota Attorney of the Year, and his firm has also received many awards and been named Minnesota Firm of the Year by Benchmark Litigation for the last 5 consecutive years. When he's not zealously defending clients, Mr. Blackwell enjoys beekeeping, meditation, and is an avid hobby farmer. We are so very grateful that he has made Volunteer Lawyers Network, vital work, a priority of his for many years, and also taken the extra step of speaking to us tonight on this very important evening at our Riverfront Gala. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Blackwell to the stage tonight.
Thank you all very, very much. When I thought this evening about what I'd want to discuss in the few minutes that I have, at least they have told me that I'll have a few minutes, and I suppose somebody will put a hook on me if I'm running over too long. I actually don't want to talk about the Chauvin trial. What I'd like to talk to you all about this evening is service. I'd like to talk generally about what it means to serve. And when I thought about service, I thought, well, should I talk about some of my role models in service, people like Justice Alan Page or Judge Michael Davis? And I thought, no, I won't talk about them this evening, I thought, what about my wonderful colleagues like Mary Young and Peter Estall and former colleague Pete Goss? I said, now, I love them, but they would probably appreciate my not talking about them this evening. And so of all the people I could think of to discuss service, I decided that I wanted to talk this evening to you about Socrates this evening. Socrates. And you all know him. He lived not so long ago in like 470 BC, Socrates, that one, and who still torments law schools to this day and has a method named after him, the Socratic method, which is unfair, really, because Socrates had the questions and the answers, so it's unfair to spring that on law students. But I want to talk about him. And I think when I have in mind service, I want to tell you a story about Socrates. And sort of way back when, there he was, minding his own business with several of his students and followers, when along came a wandering astrologer, because that's what astrologers do, they wander. And so when this wandering astrologer came upon Socrates and his horde, the astrologer said, I have a special talent. I can tell the nature of a person just by studying their face. I can do this. And so the students were skeptical, and Socrates thought, well, that's true. Well, maybe I will give it a try. What can he tell about me? And this was a daunting thing for Socrates, because while he was renowned for his wisdom and his intelligence, he was not the best looking person, Socrates. So nonetheless, why don't you try it out on me? And so the astrologer took a long, hard look at his face and said to him, I can tell right off the bat that by your nostrils, you're the person who harbors a lot of anger. Just by your nostrils, this I can tell. And then he looked at him further and said, I can tell looking at your forehead that you, sir, are a greedy person. And so the students kind of hearing this, they were upset. They were riled up. They were ready to put a beating on that astrologer. How dare he talk about their teacher this way? But Socrates got them to calm down. Let's hear him out. And he went on to say, I can tell by your lips and your teeth that you, sir, are the sort of person who encourages others toward dishonesty. That's just your nature. So Socrates paused a moment, reached in his pocket, and paid him, and thanked him, and sent him on his way. And then when he turned to look at his students, they looked so perplexed, because why in the world would you have given him 10 cents? Well, they didn't really have cents back then, but you get the point. But why would you give him 10 cents for him to simply lie and spread disparagements that way? And then Socrates said to his students a few profound things. He said, first of all, truth itself must never be curbed, that is, put on the curb and rested. Truth is to be told. And he told them that everything that astrologers said about me is true. All of those things are within me, and I accept them all open-heartedly. They're true. But he said there's something more to me that the astrologer did not see, and that is that I have a conscience and I have a moral compass. That is the things that keeps all of those tendencies within me that are evil in check. That the astrologer did not see, which is his grace. The light within him was that conscience. And so when I think about service itself, standing up, speaking up, helping those who can't pay you a nickel, it is standing up to be the very conscience of the society, of the community, through our collective service. And it is that service that is a bulwark against some of the oppressions and the deprivations and the aspects of our society that resemble a dystopia for those who do not have, for those who cannot do, and for those who do not suffer because of your willingness to be that conscience and to stand in that space. Now, is that an easy thing to do? No, not at all is it always an easy thing to do. Believe you me, to get involved in that Chauvin trial was a profound service, and I had every reaction you all do. I am too busy. Well, there are others who are too busy too when they stepped up to help me. Everybody in this room, if you succeed at anything, has been helped by somebody. In the history of the world, there is not a single charcoal that has ever become red hot by itself. The fire has to enter from somewhere else. So who are you to bring that and spread that to others? That warmth comes from others. I'm too busy. Others weren't too busy for you. Serve anyway. You know, my cause isn't necessarily a popular one. Well, I have you to know that for most of Martin Luther King's living life, only 20% of the United States of America supported Martin Luther King. But let history be your judge. If it's not popular, serve anyway. I'm unqualified. I'm unqualified to do this. Believe you me, that in the Chauvin trial, I was told high and low that I was unqualified, and I agreed. You know? Certainly was. Though you be unqualified, bring the qualifications that you do have and offer them. Offer them. Serve anyway. That there will be people prepared to take all the credit while I do all the work. Serve anyway. You'll get the recognition that's due, and remember why you serve. It is to help others, not for aggrandizement necessarily, or for fame. There will be others who might dislike me because I stand up for this person who's in need. If they want to dislike you for trying to do what is good and right and to be that conscience, then let them dislike you, but love them anyway, and serve anyway. So when I think about what VLN does, and coming to those who, amongst us, who tend to be the most dispossessed, who are burdened with life, so many of Americans in the midst of COVID cannot afford their lives. Look at the number of families that cannot afford to buy sufficient food to eat. Double digits even for white Americans and double that for brown and black people. If you haven't noticed, racial disparity seeps right into the very fissures that COVID creates in any demographic that matters. Look at those that can't afford to pay their rents. That's where the opportunities that VLN provides for you to, in your own small way, to be that conscience, to do the little thing that you can do, even if you only do one, then you think, here's one thing I can do, as unqualified as I am, as busy as I am, of all the people who want me to do it, including maybe some of my partners, I can do this one thing, right? I can do this one thing that matters for others. So I won't go on too long, except to say that I want to encourage you all, from the goodness and the rightness and the light of your own conscience, to step into that space and to be that light that helps to illuminate the darker spaces for so many of us who are crushed under the heel of humanity. That you can be the difference, and I think all of us ought to try. So thank you all for giving me this opportunity to say a few words on service this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Blackwell. That was great. I love that. That serve anyway is going to stay with me for a long time. Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh, it's really hard to turn from that inspiring story and now say, like, hey, guys, can you give us some more money? But totally going to do it. I'm going to lean in.
Yeah, we will.
Because I'm feeling inspired.
It's true.
Because I felt that, like, in the gut and heart regions. And if you did as well, no better time to, like, another way to contribute in addition to service is to donate and support those who are serving. So dig deep. Even if you've already given, you can give twice. That is not prohibited. Yep. 3 times is also allowed.
Yes, and we're streaming this, I think, so if people are watching on YouTube, don't be shy. We're going to look at some of those numbers later.
You can play at home,
So,
yes, and giving by cell phone. So we can can we take a look and see where we are on the numbers? Does anyone, I don't actually know where we are. But I bet we're not at 10,000 yet. So, and even if we are, give anyway.
All right, this is good. This is good. So we were 3,000 more than we were last time we checked. We're going to wrap things up here pretty soon. So we're going to encourage you all to keep giving as the night goes on, even when our program wraps here in a minute. But we are.
I'm going to go get the
yes.
thing for the thing. Okay, I'll be right back.
Open mic. This is big trouble right here. So we are within striking distance, I think, of the 10,000 goal for tonight. So please keep being generous. We really appreciate all your efforts tonight. Dig a little deep, like Aaron said. And
did we mention how easy it is? You just text the words pro bono to 44321. I just want, yay, another one came in. Great. Okay, we have a door prize to give away right now.
Yeah, get after it.
I'm going to do
Yes, all you.
And I think these are tickets for the Minnesota Twins. Let's see. Barnes and Thornburg. Mark Stignani? Did I say that right? Is Mark here? Okay.
Fantastic. Come on up.
Congratulations, Mark.
Oh, you stood up. You got to come on up. Come on.
Yay, congratulations.
I don't even know if we have anything, but we just made you come on stage.
Okay,
so there you go.
We want to take pictures?
Congratulations.
I just want to thank Ryan Companies for donating the tickets. I just wanted to mention that too. But we'll give this to you,
Okay,
and then
thank
you can
you.
collect. Thank you so much.
Do we want to take a picture?
Yeah,
No?
totally.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding?
absolutely.
Come on.
Does anyone else want selfies?
Yeah. Now we're good.
Hold on, let me fix my hair. Hold on, Liz. Okay.
That looks great.
Oh my God, it's really close to her, you guys.
Do you,
Awesome.
I mean,
Okay.
do you see what happened to giving because you were on stage? That was fantastic.
Totally. You got us like another $2,000.
Anything's
That was
possible.
Amazing.
It's not because of me, I can tell you that. So, all right. Well, thank you everyone for your generosity. We're so close.
And I know, I feel like, should we, like, is this where we soft shoe, or do we? I think actually we should close it out.
Yes.
There's desserts and coffee outside. If you want to keep the fun going, please stay, please mingle a little bit longer. We're still going to collect money.
Oh, we're getting so close. All right,
okay,
fantastic.
We're getting so close. A couple more and we'll get there. We'll keep this running so you can check in if you want to wait and see if we hit 10,000 before we leave so we can unlock that match.
And before Aaron and I go, we just want to publicly say thank you so much to Tom Walsh, to Molly Whalen, to Emily Kortz, to everyone at VLN who helped make this night possible. So thank you all. Thank you to all of our event sponsors, and thank you very much to the Benefactors Board who was working the phones, getting sponsors, tracking people down, many of whom are here tonight. So thanks again to the Benefactors Board. You gonna do it? Yes!
Yay! Thank
2
you,
for 2.
everybody.
All right.
This is great. We've done it. Good job, everyone. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, like Aaron said, coffee and dessert outside. Please hang out, mingle. It's a beautiful night. It's just so good to see everyone in person. Thank you so much for joining us.